next speaker is Mr. Etheridge.
Thank you. As always, I listen with interest. I note and agree that cities are the engines of growth, and I see that you want to drive that growth from here with some of the plans. Just a few details that interest me about how this would happen. This will obviously mean a growth in the city-region idea, distinct areas joining together to form an easier, more cohesive region to administer and send taxpayers' funds out to. For example, the Greater Birmingham, like for where I come from. If you wish to affect a whole range of policies within these areas, you mentioned climate change, social cohesion and various other things, it strikes me as a potential difficulty, because if this means that this is all tied into becoming a city region, will the EU taxpayers' money not be made available to those who don't sign up to every single directive? And what if an area did sign up to every single directive, but then through local elections and the democratic will of the people, a different set of democratic priorities were put forward? Would they then lose their support? So in short, who would win, EU directive or local democracy?
Now I'll give a chance to the representative of the Commission to present the opinion of the Commission, Mr. Vladislav Piskorts. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, members of the REGI. We have listened with a lot of attention your presentation, your discussion, and we are in the process of finalizing the summary of the public consultation which have been launched with the communication published in July, and the consultation was going on until the end of September. And there is a rich body of contributions. More than 220 contributions have been received. More than half of the member states have provided their views. We have received the opinions of many institutions, associations. As you remember, there was an opinion of the Committee of Regions, and also the Social Economic Committee is preparing the opinion, and we are looking forward also for your report. And as we are still not finished with the analysis of the public consultation, we already see that there is clear indication there is still some work to be done in order to be better prepared to do what is expected. What I mean by that, many of you have mentioned that European Union policies may have some contradicting and contradicting influence on cities. And then there's a discussion about how to better take into account the needs of cities when designing European policies. Here is the issue about methods. Do we have good methods which would enable us to really take this into account when we make strategic impact assessment of the policy initiatives? So this is not always the case. I know that the Committee of Regions has engaged themselves very much in this exercise, and we would like to have better knowledge of this, how we could properly, in a better way, to analyze the impact of the policies for cities. And there's also a very clear message in the public consultation that there should be more coherence and coordination among the various Commission policies, Commission services approach to cities. And we have heard today, Mr. Olbricht has mentioned, and others, and we take it this seriously. We have, at the level of the European Commission, the Inter-Service Group for Urban Development. This is not only the body to exchange the information about policy initiative. This gives us the possibility, up front at the early stage to discuss, to agree, and to avoid contradicting impact and to have some coherence. And I would like to assure you that the name of DG Regional and Urban Policy is not just cosmetic change. This is serious, and there is a real commitment inside the Commission to do what is expected, and to do it properly. We also will do our homework, and we will inform your committee on the progress of this work. And finally, I would like to underline that we will carefully analyze the report you will be presenting, and will address, our Commission will respond to your report. Thank you very much for your attention.